Hi, it's Steffi from Colitis to Ostomy. This is my Ask Me Anything. I've only got a few questions, so let's start off. Is there any food you can't eat? I'm quite lucky that a lot of the food on the, I'm not going to say can't eat list, but eat with caution list, I don't actually like. So win. For that one, onions. Onions are the devil. Ugh. Just, if I have onions, you can guarantee I'm probably going to have a blockage later. What tattoos do you have and why? Now, I know Sue wanted me to get them out. Excuse me, but I don't think that's quite appropriate. But I can tell you what I have and why. I've got some bats behind my ear because I just wanted them. I've got a crown and a hat because I went, like, when I lost a lot of weight, my wedding rings don't fit. Currently in a bag, safe in a shelf, waiting for me to have the money to resize them. So that's like, if I can't wear my ring, it still makes me feel like I've got something there. I've got a skull with a heart behind it on the back of my neck. That was for my ex because we used to fight all the time. So still kind of, now it symbolises, you know, past love, I guess. I've got zombie bat wings on my shoulder blades, because I really wanted them. I got my friend designed them. He's a horror, sci-fi, FX guy, and he designed them while he had his chemo. So that, and like, he's clear with chemo now, so that's even more poignant. I've got an octopus under my boobs with lace because I wanted it. I've got In the Orchard by Tiger Army lyrics on my arm because it's a song that always makes me feel happy when I'm sad. So I think about when I'm sad, makes me happy. I've got, how am I going to do this? Some skulls. All them skulls are specific parts of the Creep Shows in the Garden video. So yeah, I totally fangirled when I told them that. I've got some love hearts and a shooting star. The shooting star was like my second tattoo. And then, how are we doing this? A love heart with staples on, because, well, safety pins. I don't know. Emo, punk, whatever. I've got some diamonds, one for my great nana, my nana, and my mum. I've got 3 bombs that have mohawks and smiles as if they're like Kurt from the Curtis Kitty Hawk, which was an American plane in World War II. Yes, I'm a plane geek. I don't care. They're my punk bombs, but everyone says they look like fish, which is fine because they're for my granddad, my dad, and my brother. I don't have one for my great granddad yet, and I don't have one for my sister. At least not yet. I've got Go Psycho because I listen to Psychobilly. I've got a Candy Skull Stormtrooper skeleton. I've got the Greater Tuin from Terry Pratchett's Discworld. I've got map markers from Middle Earth. I've got stars on my stomach. My middle star is now where my stoma is, but you can still just see the points. I've got 3 stars each on the backs of my legs. I've got skulls and roses designed by Diablo Joe. On one leg I've got a retro lady holding her eyes saying, "I only have eyes for you," on the other. And then on my calf I've got a Dias de la Muertes lady, and on my other knee I've got a skeleton hand with a diamond. And most of these are just because I like them. Oh wait, the most meaningful ones I've got are Stephen's handwriting the day we got engaged in Rome. It says the only Italian he knows. Ti amo amore mio, which is I love you my love. I've got Lyra's heartbeat. I've got Bean for my miscarriage, and then I've got Jacob's heartbeat underneath. I think that's all of them. I think. I'm not done yet either. What would I do in a zombie apocalypse? Yes. I'd probably die. I'm not even kidding. I'm clumsy. I'm not graceful. I'm not quiet. I think I would I'm not a good shot with a gun. I used to shoot 2 rifles, and I think I only ever grouped them once, and you're supposed to group them consistently to be able to move up to the next stage in Air Cadets, and oh my god, I was so crap. But then again, you could only pick them off, whereas if you had like something hard, you could keep batting them when you don't have to worry about it getting snapped rather than running out of ammo. Yeah, I'd die. It's like if I was on a desert island, I'd die. I suffer dehydration, I suffer fatigue. I'm pretty lazy anyway. I'm not skilled at anything. I mean, if you follow my Instagram, you'll have seen the amazing treehouse Double O Steve made for Rara. Yeah, as long as I was stranded on a desert island with Double O Steve, or zombie apocalypse and he was here, I think I'd survive because of him, not because of me. Do you or have you played tennis? No, Arfin. I cannot play tennis. I can't even hit a ball with a racket. I can just say hit one with a softball bat or a rounders bat. I'm still not good at that either. What was it like pregnant with a stoma? Now I have done a video on this, which I will link in the bottom. It was alright. It was a much easier pregnancy than with a J pouch. That could be because I had undiagnosed pouchitis. But on the whole, it was an easier pregnancy. And I did write about it on my blog. So please follow the momostomy category. How did I get involved with Jasmine Stacey Collection, Purple Wings, and IBD and Ostomy Support Show? The IBD and Ostomy Support Show, I'd been talking to Louise for a little while, and she messaged me going, what about this idea? What do you think? And I'm like, yeah, sounds good. No one else is doing it. She's like, do you want to do it? I was like, yeah, why not? So that's where we are. Louise and her crazy ideas. Purple Wings, I saw tickets in the Ostomy fashion group a couple of years ago, and last year even, and I messaged Lauren saying I'd like a ticket. Got a ticket. It was just going to be me going, and then I had a miscarriage. I tried to have a miscarriage at home. I got very, very sick. 2 weeks later, had to have it medically managed, which is awful. Still not dealing with that. So I messaged her and I was like, this is what's happened. I'm only telling you just in case I collapse or you need to know for health and safety reasons. So she told me that there was somebody dropped out, so she gave Stephen his ticket. And we've been really close since. I'm a sounding board for Lauren. She's for me. She's one of the most beautiful, inspiring people I've ever met. And I'm really grateful for the opportunity she's given me. Jasmine Stacey Collection. I met her at the Purple Wings ball at the conference, and I handed her my Vlogmas card, and I was just like, look, if you want me to do a review, here you go. And like we've just chatted since, and like I went, because I worked nights, And she used to be up quite late. I used to chat to her a lot, so we got to know each other quite well. She knows some things about me that nobody else knows. She's seen parts of me that many people haven't seen. And she just asked me if I wanted to be a Halloween model, because I told her at the ball this year that it was on my bucket list. I wanted to be her model, but because of all my tattoos, I'm not really silver screen, Hollywood glamour, and I don't care because that's not who I am. Plenty of retro pinups, you know, that don't. So she asked me down, but I use a lot of the groups for opportunities. So like Ostomy and IBD, which I admin, along with Sam and Lauren, there's quite often like other things, and they're like, I'm going to be a model at the catwalk, which I turned around to Paige and I was like, you have to let me know what it is so I can share it on social media. And she was like, this and this. I'm like, oh my god, I want to do that. And she's like, you can be my first one. So sometimes it's, if you don't ask, you don't get. Probably the only person that asked to do it. How do I cope on my bad days? I don't know. I just do. I guess because I have kids, I kind of have to. It's one of those catch-22s. I just feel like I don't do much. Double O Sleeves would definitely say that I don't do much. State of my kitchen right now would say I don't do much. But I just deal with it. I've started taking cod liver oil for my joints again, and I used to take that when I was running before I got my pouchitis. I started taking vitamins just to try and bump up my levels a bit. I already eat pretty healthy, because I mean the amount of vegetables I eat, so that helps my energy levels a bit, but I just struggle like the rest of everyone else. I have hobbies that sit down. I don't. So I don't know. I just do. It might be different when I go back to work. We'll see. Are my illnesses ulcerative colitis related? Well, yeah. This is linked with another question. Once you have your colon removed, are you cured? With UC, you are only cured if you have all the active disease removed. Now, you're only cured of the active disease. You still have all the IBD side effects that go with it. So fatigue and joint pain. My joints have been specifically bad with my IBD all my life. And things like that. So and then when having a stoma, you've also got your other things like the dehydration. I suffer with quite a bit. Doesn't matter what I drink, how often I drink. I seem to, because I have quite high up, but I'm always dehydrated. Skin issues. I've also got like gynecological issues now since having Jacob. I have a lot more pain in my lower abdomen where I don't have intestines anymore, like where it's not large intestine, and I had quite a bit of my small removed. Not as much as some people though. So yeah. What else? I've been sick since I was 10. Wasn't diagnosed till I was about 12, 13, something like that. And it was an adult surgeon consultant that has done pretty much all of my family's operations that diagnosed me. Because there wasn't anybody else my age at the Friarage. And then all of a sudden, there was loads of people coming in about my age and a bit younger with Crohn's and colitis, and I was like, wow, it's not just me, thank God. Obviously I don't want these people having it, but it was nice to know that I wasn't alone. it's just a shame that I didn't think to keep in touch with these people, because then I didn't have anybody else till I was 21. When I met 2 blokes. Well, no, one guy I met when I was 21, he was dating one of my friends. He had colitis and a J pouch, although he had a temporary stoma, I didn't. Not a good idea having a no temporary stoma. And then when I was 24, I met somebody else with the same friend. Ulcerative colitis and a J pouch. I literally did not know a single girl that had it. My history teacher had it, and obviously he was a he, so I didn't know anybody else. But yeah, there are my questions before we run on way too long. But if you have any comments, please put them in the box and I will reply. And also, please don't forget to subscribe. I've been Steffi Clitostomy. Bye.